Do you want to boost your performance and know something is missing from your diet? Are you constantly dragging yourself during and after training sessions? Does it seem like your metabolism is slowing down and you're just not sure why? In today's episode, I'm going to fill you in on a miracle nutrient that we need every day for survival, but will deliver on all these promises and more. I'll explain how much you need and the best way to get it in. So grab a pen and paper to take some notes and let's get it. Tired of feeling exhausted after training? Confused about how to fuel your body without all the food rules? Welcome to Female Sports Nutrition, where I'll help you fuel strong, build muscle, and perform your best, all while breaking free from diet culture. I'm Kristen, a sports dietitian, trainer, and Jesus lover, and I'm here to help you fuel with freedom. Lace up your shoes, grab that smoothie, and let's jump in. Hey friends, I am so excited to tell you about something that I've had in the works for a while now, which is my free live 2-day challenge, the Stronger Sports Nutrition Challenge. This is going to be happening on September 15th and 16th. It's a Monday and a Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I want you to be there. You're going to learn some really awesome things like how to build a fueling plan that works for you, how to build muscle, boost your energy, and also create a simple meal plan and also get into some meal prep hacks. And again, if you don't have a whole lot of time, don't even worry about that. This is going to be just for you because I know a lot of us don't have time. I'm still going to help you through all those things. I want you to join the Stronger Sports Nutrition Challenge group. I will drop that link below for you. That's how you can save your seat. And that's how you can attend the workshop. I'm going to have a lot of awesome door prizes for you, some bonuses to give out. All you need to do is show up, do the homework so that you can actually learn and get going. And please invite a friend that you know would benefit from this. So I'll drop the link below for you. It's the Stronger Sports Nutrition Challenge on September 15th and 16th, both at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'll be honest, I kind of hate when people say, or in, social media, wherever, blueberries are a superfood and kale's a superfood. And the reason being is because a lot of foods are superfoods, if you want to think of it that way. But I have one food or one nutrient that truly is a superfood, and that is water. Water and hydration are so important, especially for female athletes. And I'm going to give you a whole bunch of compelling reasons why. Number one is optimal performance. Hydration is going to help maintain physical performance, and dehydration can lead to fatigue, reduced endurance, and impaired strength. Did you know that just a 2% reduction in hydration, meaning a 2% reduction in your body weight from dehydration, is going to equate to as much as a 20% reduction in your performance? That's pretty huge. So that means if you stepped on the scale before you started a workout, and then you stepped on the scale after you finished a workout, and you lost 2% of your body weight, your performance was potentially 20% less than what it could have been. Staying hydrated is going to ensure that your muscles function efficiently and that you can perform at your best. Water is also going to deliver nutrients to your working muscles so that you can build muscle. And here's how. Water is essential for muscle contractions, and adequate hydration ensures that your muscles can contract efficiently, which is crucial during resistance training and high-intensity workouts. Have you ever had just an off day of training and you're like, what is wrong with me? I can't push myself as hard. I'm just tired and I feel like garbage. Oftentimes it's due to your hydration status and you may not even realize it. Our bodies are made up of about 70% water, and it's in just about every part of your body except for your fat stores. So if you are dehydrated, it's going to affect everything, including your muscle being able to contract. And water is going to help transport nutrients like amino acids and carbohydrates to your muscle cells. And these are vital for muscle repair and growth after your workouts, which leads me to my next point, that proper hydration is going to support muscle protein synthesis, aka muscle building. Being dehydrated can hinder this process and limit your muscle growth. And we certainly do not want that. Staying hydrated is also going to aid in recovery after your workouts, and it's going to help to reduce muscle soreness and fatigue, which is going to allow for quicker recovery times and the ability to train more effectively. Imagine not being so sore after your training session, even days later, so that you could go back and train that muscle part again so that you can have more time under tension and build more muscle and therefore boost your performance. That's what water does. Water is also going to influence hormone levels, including those related to muscle growth like testosterone and growth hormone. And proper hydration supports overall hormonal function, which is important for muscle development. In females, we do need testosterone to build muscle, but you also need estrogen. And if you are dehydrated, it can trigger a stress response in the body, leading to an increase in cortisol, which is your stress hormone. Elevated cortisol levels can interfere with the production of other hormones, including estrogen. And to make the problem even worse, when the body is dehydrated, it may result in a hormonal adjustment that can lower estrogen levels as part of the... And to make matters worse, dehydration can affect digestion and nutrient absorption, which are essential for overall hormone production, and a lack of necessary nutrients can hinder the body's ability to produce hormones effectively. For women, dehydration can lead to irregularities in your menstrual cycle, and hormonal fluctuations during the cycle can be influenced by hydration levels, potentially leading to lower estrogen levels at certain points. Hydration is also going to play a huge role in recovery because it's going to help replenish fluids that are lost through sweat and supports muscle repair by facilitating nutrient absorption. So this isn't just post-exercise hydration. I'm talking about intra-workout hydration and all day long hydration. Dehydration can also tank your metabolism and make you feel hungrier. Did you know that drinking water can boost your metabolic rate? Studies have shown that drinking about 500 milliliters or 17 ounces of water can temporarily increase metabolic rate by 30% for about 30 to 40 minutes. This increase is partly due to the energy expended in warming the ingested water to body temperature. But at the same time, if you are dehydrated, it's going to make you feel hungry, and then you're going to wind up reaching for food when you should really just be reaching for a glass of water. Hydration is also going to affect your cognitive function, and dehydration can lead to a decrease in your focus, slower reaction times, and impaired decision-making, all of which are crucial in competitive sports, and your ability to make a good decision and reach for a glass of water when you're thirsty instead of something that may dehydrate you even further. Lastly, adequate hydration is going to help lubricate your joints, which is going to reduce the risk of injuries and improve your overall mobility. And this is really important for female athletes who are engaging in high-impact sports. So do I have your attention yet on hydration? I feel like hydration is one of those things that we really don't talk a whole lot about or enough about in the sports nutrition world. And really, it should be one of the top things that we're talking about for all these reasons that I mentioned. So let's talk about the effects of dehydration. This can be anything from muscle cramps to strains and tears, joint pain, increased time needed for recovery, earlier onset of fatigue, nausea, increased muscle soreness, lightheadedness, dizziness, headache, heat exhaustion, heat stroke, increased susceptibility to colds and sickness, and worst case scenario, you could wind up in a coma or even die if you are not getting enough hydration. And don't think that you're exempt from this. Years ago, my office was next to another guy that told me about how he was working in his attic during the summer and didn't get in enough fluid or electrolytes and actually wound up in the hospital with a heat stroke. So you don't have to be doing anything crazy in order to have ill effects from dehydration. So you're probably wondering, how do I know how much do I need to get in over the course of the day? Minimum for female athletes is about 95 ounces per day. And this can come from a variety of foods and beverages. So I'm not just talking about straight up water. But if you do want to know how much water that you should be taking in on a more personal level, what I would suggest doing is, one, for your day-to-day intake, take your body weight in pounds, divide it in half, and that's how many ounces that you should be drinking minimum throughout the day. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you should be taking in 75 ounces of fluid per day. And then during training, you should follow your sweat rate. So that means you're going to weigh yourself before your training session, weigh yourself after your training session, take note of how many ounces of fluid that you took in during that training session and how long you were training for. So let's say you took in 30 ounces of fluid over the course of an hour and you didn't lose any weight. That's great. That means your sweat rate is 30 ounces per hour. Now let's say you took in 15 ounces of fluid and you lost 1 pound. You're going to multiply 1 by 16, your 1 pound by 16 ounces, and add that to your 15 ounces that you took in, and that would mean that your sweat rate is now 31 ounces per hour. So you're going to combine the two, your minimum day-to-day drinking, half your body weight in ounces, combined with your sweat rate. So now you may be wondering, what counts as a fluid? What does not count as a fluid are caffeinated drinks, unfortunately. So caffeinated coffee and teas, those are out. What I'm talking about is water. It can be flavored water. It can be a sports drink, smoothies, fruit juices, herbal teas, and sparkling water. But don't forget that fruit, vegetables, and soups are also going to help to boost your hydration status because they have a lot of water in them. And this is particularly important during the summer months. Here in South Carolina, it's really hot. It's also really humid, and that really affects your body's ability to cool you off. When it's really humid outside, your body just keeps pouring sweat because it's never evaporating. The sweat is never evaporating, which is what cools you off. So you're just constantly pouring sweat. So your sweat rate is actually going to increase when it's hot and also when it's humid outside. So with your sweat rate, you want to check this several different times of the year, depending on the weather, because that's going to make a huge difference. So let me just give you an example of what your hydration should look like for the day. So like I said, your minimum is to drink half of your body weight in ounces of fluid per day. Pre-exercise, you want to take in about 20 ounces of fluid 1 hour before, and then another 5 to 10 ounces of fluid about 10 minutes before a workout or game, just to top off your fluid levels. This does contribute to your day-to-day hydration needs, so don't feel like this is in addition. Now, during exercise, you want 8 ounces for about every 20 minutes. Or you can determine your sweat rate, like I said, and just divide that out. I would say divide that out by 4, so you know every 15 minutes how many ounces of fluid that you should be taking in. So if your sweat rate is 30 ounces per hour, you need to be taking in roughly about 7 ounces every 15 minutes. Post-exercise, you need 24 ounces for every pound of body weight lost. So if you weigh yourself before and weigh yourself after and you saw that you lost a pound, you need to take in 24 ounces of fluid to make up that fluid that you lost. The goal is to actually rehydrate to 150% when you're losing weight from dehydration. Now, if you notice that you are a salty sweater, so you taste the salt in your sweat, or it's getting in your eyes and it's stinging your eyes, or it's really hot and humid outside, or you're going to be training for over an hour, you want to make sure that you are including electrolytes in your drinks. I would suggest doing it during your training session, if not after. And electrolytes, basically what they're going to do is they're going to help to better hydrate you because water is going to follow salt. Salt is one of your primary electrolytes. And so if you have more salt in your body's going to retain more fluid, and that's going to help to better hydrate you. There are other electrolytes besides just sodium, like potassium, chloride, magnesium, things like that. So it's not just sodium, but know that your body's going to hydrate better if you do have some electrolytes in there. Now, that does not mean if you're going out for a 10-minute walk that you need to have electrolytes. Your body doesn't work like that. Your body has a very sophisticated system of reabsorbing electrolytes as needed and letting go of excesses. So if you're taking in a bunch of electrolyte packets when you really don't need them, you're honestly just peeing them out and wasting money. So if you're a salty sweater, if it's hot and humid outside, or you're going to be training for more than an hour, you want to make sure that you are including electrolytes. So an easy way to figure out how you should be breaking down your fluid needs over the course of the day is I would take your day-to-day hydration needs. So let's just say that is 100 ounces per day, and you're going to divide it out by at least 3. So you're going to take that number, divide it by 3, and that means you need to get in around 33 ounces in the morning, 33 ounces in the afternoon, and 33 ounces in the evening, in addition to following your sweat rate when you're working out. You can certainly divide it out more than that if you want to, but I think dividing it into 3 is just an easy way to remember. And if you have a hard time remembering to drink water, there are water bottles that will light up that will tell you when to drink. You can set a reminder on your watch or your phone for you to drink, or you can just have a water bottle that is around the amount that you need to get in every third of the day. So, 30 something ounces. An Nalgene bottle will do it, or a big Yeti cup will do it. And just know I have to finish this bottle by this time, and then go ahead and refill it and do it over again. If you hate water, you are not a fan of plain water, I understand. You can add different things to your water, like you could do lemon or lime. I actually really like true lemon packets or true lime packets. I also put in some fresh mint in there, which I think tastes delicious. I'll do lemon or lime with the mint in there. You can also add a splash of fruit juice, or there are those water bottles with a fruit infuser. There's a bunch of these on Amazon that you can get, and they're pretty inexpensive, and that would help to add some flavor to your water. Of course, there's going to be flavor enhancers, but generally they're going to have artificial sweeteners in there, which are not the greatest. But if that's the only way that you can get in water, then so be it, and go ahead and use them. Other great options are herbal teas. You can make them into an iced tea, or you can have it as a hot tea. Having soup for dinner or for lunch is another great option. Sipping on bone broth is going to help with your joints and give you some protein and overall health, including gut health, but it's going to give you some hydration as well. And you can also use sparkling water. So if you really like carbonation, you can use LaCroix. There's lots of knockoff LaCroix, or you can get a Soda Stream, which we have, and I love that. It's very refreshing, in my opinion, when it's hot outside and you just get this cold glass of soda water with all the bubbles in there. I don't know, something about it is just very refreshing to me. So let's recap here. Hydration is so important for female athletes, for your performance, for building muscle and maintaining muscle, hormone balance, injury prevention, and your metabolism. Make sure that you are getting in at least half of your body weight in ounces of fluid per day from non-caffeinated sources, and then you are topping off your fluid stores before exercise. You're following your sweat rate during exercise, and post-exercise, you're getting in 24 ounces of fluid for every pound lost. And again, if it's hot and humid outside, you're a salty sweater, or you're going to be training for more than an hour, make sure that you focus on getting in some electrolytes. Hey friend, if this podcast inspired you, encouraged you, or changed you, I would love for you to leave me a review and share it with a girlfriend who will find it helpful or inspiring. That is the best way you can thank me and help me share my knowledge so I can help more people just like you. I'm so thankful that you spent this time with me today, and I'd love to connect with you. Join my Facebook group, Female Sports Nutrition, or send me a DM on Instagram, or hop on over to my website, elitenutritionperformance.com. I'll see you back here next week.